Hello everybody, you're welcome back again to the Reggae Appreciation Society. Reggae has seen some incredible ladies make their mark courtesy of their unforgettable talent, and every time we reminisce on some of these elegant stallions of music, we almost always celebrate the likes of Marcia Griffiths, Judy Mowat, or the queen of rocksteady herself in Phyllis Dillon. But you never or hardly ever hear anyone give flowers to the amazing Hortense Ellis, something I find ridiculous and almost criminal. Whenever I do see a name pop up, it's always in passing as a singer who was nothing more than the younger sister of the great Hortense Ellis. But in reality, she was a whole lot more than a footnote in the chronicles of a more famous older sibling. For a start, she was without a doubt the very first female singer to really find fame in Jamaica and achieve airplay on the radio. An incredible achievement in what was even before the island's modern music industry really took off. Now secondly, this may sound controversial, but though others, like Judy Mowat or Marcia Griffiths, get more recognition than she did, Hortense Ellis was by far a superior vocalist, though she looked more like a mathematics teacher than a star performer, and one with awesome range that could see her hit super high notes in a heartbeat or switch up and take her voice down to almost a baritone in a split second. She was what I call an artistic assassin, if there is such a term, one who could mesmerize audiences like a magician and was a true queen in her craft. In fact, in the 1960s, American soul R&B stars like Dionne Warwick, Patti LaBelle, and Solomon Burke were on tour of Jamaica, and Hortense Ellis was their opening act. She reportedly blew them all away, to the point that they wanted to take her back to America with them, assuring her that she would be a hit in the States. This woman had all the talent to be among the biggest names in the business, but a combination of factors, including the cutthroat nature of the music industry and family pressures, all conspired to keep her in the realm of underrated legend. Let's take a look at the untold story of Hortense Ellis, Jamaica's first lady of songs. She was born April 18, 1941 in Trenchtown, Jamaica, to Percival Ellis, a railroad worker, and Beatrice Ellis, a housewife and part-time fruit vendor. As commonly known, Trenchtown was a musically charged community, but the 5 Ellis kids, led by big brother Alton, were especially gifted, always powerfully belting out tunes on the streets. But while her siblings were all crooners, she was more of a gifted comedian who made everyone roll on the floor with laughter with her hilarious jokes and impressions of the people in their neighborhood. But Big Bro Alton saw a great singer beneath all the jokes, and in the middle of 1959 got the then 18-year-old to compete at the popular talent contests called the Via John's Opportunity Hour, a massive show which had propelled the likes of Millie Small and Jimmy Cliff into household names. Anyway, he got her into the show and even chose the song that she would perform. And unbelievably, in that first outing, she came first in the Grand Championship, even beating older brother Alton to second place. Her awesome voice and stage presence would make her a crowd favorite, and she soon caught the attention of Jamaica's then biggest band, which was Byron Lee and the Dragonaires, who took her on as lead vocalist in a slew of stage shows all over the country, right into 1960, when she took time off to have a baby. It slowed her momentum down for a while, but by 1961, the bosses of the music business were all knocking on her door, and she began her career as a professional recording artist and first made music for Clement Coxsone Dodd of Studio One. That same year, she scored hits like I'll Come Softly and I'm in Love, that was a duet with her elder brother. As a hot and sizzling recording artist, plus lead singer with Byron Lee and the Dragonaires, she became very popular all over the country, and her status got an even bigger boost when Lee's company organized a tour of Jamaica by superstar American recording artists in 1966 that featured the likes of Ben E. King, Patti LaBelle, Solomon Burke, and several others. Hortense would share stages with those stars and wow them all every single time. Solomon Burke in particular famously said that she needed to come to the US with them as she was destined to be a star over there. In that time, there was no other female singer as famous as her in Jamaica, and the Jamaican Star newspaper would that year award her as the island's first lady of songs. She headlined shows all over the country with different bands and was recording with all the top producers in the land. But deep down, she wasn't happy that despite all the work she was doing, she wasn't getting her financial rewards. And during the time when Jamaica's industry gatekeepers were like gods, everyone was scared to question, she shocked the entire country when she gave a scathing criticism of the industry in the press, calling out the exploitation of artists in the country. It made some producers scared to work with her. but she was so popular, touring with big bands and scoring massive hits in what was by then the rocksteady era, with songs like Easy Squeeze for Coxsone Dodd and Somebody Help Me for Prince Buster, which both came out in 1967. She embarked on a long tour of Canada in 1970 that lasted for more than a year, and when she returned to Jamaica, she fell in love with and got married to a man called Mikey Jr. Saunders, and got very busy, having 5 children over the next 5 years. Inevitably, this hiatus would impact her career, and in musical terms, 5 years is like a lifetime. She would devote all her energy and time to raising her kids, and missed out on the dawn of reggae's golden era in the early 1970s. It was that gap that I believe would halt her trajectory. But in 1976, she made a stunning comeback with the hit song Unexpected Places for producer Gussie Clarke. That song became very big in Jamaica and an even bigger smash in Britain. She would also record for Lee Scratch Perry under a moniker called Mahalia Saunders, and also for Winston Riley and Clive Chin, for whom she voiced the hit song in Women of the Ghetto. Her last major outing in the 70s was a song called Natty Dread Time. That was a response and DJ cover version of Althea and Donna's Uptown Top ranking. That in itself was a song and rhythm originally based on her brother's song I'm Still in Love with You. By then, her marriage to Saunders had broken down, and in 1980, she felt pressured to leave Jamaica just to get away, and she would emigrate to the US, where she soon fell in love with a new partner and had 2 more children while living in Miami. She would get a regular 9-to-5 job while making appearances in shows every now and then, and every single time she got a gig, she totally mashed up the stage, popping up in London, New York, and Toronto to deliver mesmerizing performances as often as she could. It's mind-boggling how this lady was able to manage her day job, part-time music career, and raising 8 kids at the same time, but somehow she did it before moving back to Jamaica in 1989. But unfortunately, she had by then developed health problems, which terribly hampered all plans to make a strong return. But always a fighter, she would press through, playing in live shows and recording music as much as her body could take throughout the 90s. Though totally past her prime, she would continue to do her thing, putting in powerful and brave performances despite her tired body. By 1999, her condition had gotten much worse, and she was forced to travel back to Miami for better health care. She didn't get better, and feeling homesick, or maybe sensing that the end was near, she insisted on going back to Jamaica. She was by then battling with cancer of the throat, aggravated by many years of smoking. And very sadly, Hortense Ellis went to meet Jah peacefully in her sleep in the Kingston Hospital at the age of 59. And that was the sad end of arguably the most gifted female singer to ever come out of Jamaica. An almost 50-year career, fighting her way through an unforgiving and exploitative industry, spent mostly in the shadow of her great elder brother. In truth, she missed out on the wave that took the likes of Judy Mowat into superstar territory, all due to her outspoken nature about the music industry, and I believe most tellingly, her devotion to raising her large family at the most critical time in her career. But since her passing, her legend has grown astronomically over the years. She was given a posthumous award in May 2001 by Jamaica's Federation of Musicians for her contribution to Jamaican music. And to me, most importantly, her music seems to be growing in popularity with the passage of time, as new generations of fans discover her amazing talent and awesome voice. This amazing lady deserved a lot more from life, but through all her challenges, she faced every mountain and valley with pride and dignity, and no matter what, she will always be remembered and celebrated as Jamaica's first lady of songs. So there you have it. Thank you for watching this video today. Please leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, Jah bless.